What's the trashiest wedding you've been to?
A wedding on the beach behind Hooters. The officiant stood next to a trash bin. As if it was planned, the trash collector pulled up during the vows. Did he wait to change the bag? Absolutely not. Children at the wedding swarmed the couple like the flies around the trash can just after the kiss, stepping all over her dress. She bent over to adjust her sandal and a pack of Marlboro Reds fell out of the bust along with her right breast. It felt like we were rubbernecking instead witnessing a marriage. I'd ask how y'all knew this was the panhandle of Florida, Pensacola, but when I read this post to my fiancé, he added, "Hummingbird, you forgot to add the background of boats sporting Trump flags and rental jet skis."
Okay, I am laughing out loud at the escaped boob. Dobby is free.
What feels illegal, but isn't?
Bringing your baby home from the hospital the first time. I remember thinking, they're really going to let me just walk out of here with this fragile infant and no experience? Man, the first day we brought our daughter home she just never stopped crying if we set her down. After hours of just trying anything to get her to stop crying, and the only thing that worked was picking her up and walking, my wife and I were at a loss and called the hospital. The convo went like this. Hi, we left a few hours ago and we are concerned something is wrong, our baby won't stop crying. Hospital, okay, what exactly is happening? Does she have a fever, rash, is anything visibly wrong? No fever, rash, nothing looks wrong, but every time we set her down she just erupts and cries. Hosp, oh, that's pretty normal. That's why we always suggest the parents let us take the babies the first day or two at the hospital so you can get rest. So they just cry all the time? Hosp, usually. Just rest assured you are not doing anything wrong. Okay, thanks. As soon as we hung up I just looked at my wife and said they tricked us, and she goes, what do you mean? I said if anyone had the baby in their hospital room and it never stopped crying you wouldn't take the baby home with you, we would have just left her there and walked out. My wife said no way. About an hour later of non-stop walking to get our daughter to stop crying she looks at me and said we would have just left her there or never left the hospital. Oh no. The computer can print now. The one woman for whom I do tech support called me at work in a tizzy. I know you're busy, but we can't print from the family computer again. It works from every other device though. No problem, I said. I bet it's because the printer no longer has a static address after I replaced our router. Give me a minute to remote in and fix it. So I set up the original IP address I'd assigned to the printer, asked my wife to power it down for a minute so I could kill its lease without the printer interfering somehow, and hit save on the settings page. About 30 seconds later my wife is screaming into the phone because everything she and my son had attempted to print came spewing out of the printer, and it turns out my son likes to try again if his print jobs don't at first succeed. My daughter was delighted, at least, since she has a lot more scrap paper for her artwork now. My first ever customer. This story takes place around 2 years ago. I had to do 2 days of work experience in a bookstore. I believe this happened on my second day. For context, it was the end of July and my country was in a heat wave. I had also been told by the other workers at the store that the AC was broken so I could stand behind the till by the fan if I was too hot. So it was around 2 in the afternoon and there wasn't many customers in the store and I had done quite a lot of organizing, so I stood behind the till to cool down. By the way, there was only 5 qualified staff in the entire 2-story store, so the till where I was standing behind had been shut down as there wasn't a lot of staff. The till had an A4 sign standing up saying the till was closed. It was pretty visible. However, this lady really wanted to be served, but I had to tell her that she had to go to another till. She ended up going to the other till quite annoyed. Thanks for reading.